Should you hire an agency to run your ads, or should you do it yourself when you're trying to get coaching clients? That's what we're going to talk about today, because the answer might surprise you. So here's the belief that a lot of coaches have that I see in the coaching space. A lot of coaches basically don't want to do their own ads. They know they need to run Facebook ads because their people are there. It's scalable. It's better than just DMing people all day and doing all that organic stuff. But the problem is they're just like, I just want somebody to do it for me. I don't want to do it. I want to deal with it. I want to know about it. Here's my credit card. Just charge my account and run my ads, and I'll just take care of the clients that you bring me. And you know what? That's the promise a lot of agencies make to coaches in terms of running their ads. Hey, you hire us and you just focus on what you're good at. We'll focus on what we're good at, which is running ads, and you'll just keep talking to these people, enrolling them, and doing what you're good at, being a coach. Rarely does it ever work out like that. And I'm going to talk to you today in this video about the problems, the pricing, what you need to be looking for, and the solution that I think is way better. And there's a secret thing that almost every coach misses that is the linchpin, that if you don't have it, none of this stuff works, whether you hire it out or whether you do it yourself. And it's nothing to do with the actual tactical expertise of Facebook. So here's the problem. The problem is this. When there's a number of them, there's 5 of them. When you hire an ad agency, you have no clue what's going on, okay? You have no clue basically what they're doing, what's going on in your ad account, compliance stuff. I'll tell you what, you know how many people, coaches hire ad agencies and then get their ad account shut down for policy violations and stuff like that? A lot, because they just basically are like, here's my login information, go work your magic, and then guess what happens? You have no clue what's going on, okay? The second problem is, if it works, you have no idea why. Okay, so you're just like, all right, it's working, that's great. Well, here's the problem. What if it is working and then they change something? Now what? You don't know why it stopped working. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know anything. All as you know is it was working, it's not, or maybe they jack their prices up, they change directions, they go a new way. This third problem is, if it doesn't work, you have no option other than to find another agency and do it all over again. So let's say you run these ads, you hire this agency, for example, who promises the moon, they're going to do everything, they guarantee results, this, that, and the other thing, and then 2-3 months into it, like it's a dumpster fire, okay? Well, what do? Well, you don't know what you're doing, so the only thing you can do is try another agency who promises even more and says they're going to do all these other things, right? And then plow more money into that, okay? And so what's the solution? That's the only solution if you go this model. I'm going to try another agency. Well, these people told me the last ones did it all wrong, but they're going to now do it right. You see what's going on here? It's causing a lot of issues, right? The fourth problem is, it's always going to be your fault if it doesn't work, all right? Here's the thing. You're hiring an agency to drive you leads, okay? And the problem is they're doing their job most times. Most of them can get you leads, okay? But leads are not all the same, all right? Just because you get leads doesn't mean they're qualified or good. And the job of an agency is to get you a lot of traffic, right? For the most part. And if you can't enroll those people, well, whose fault is that? According to the agency, it's your fault. Well, we're sending you the leads. You just can't close them. So we're doing our job. You do your job. And then you're just like, well, they're just like unemployed. They're, just got out of prison. They're like, it's really bad. The lead quality. They're like, no, as far as we're concerned, we're doing, it must be your market then. You better go and do a new market. You see what I'm doing there? That's what happens. So everything's always going to be your fault. Sometimes they will take over the whole funnel for you from start to finish. But again, it's your fault. You can't enroll the people, right? And so no matter what, it's always going to be your fault, and you can't do anything right, and they can't do anything wrong. So what do? Continue to repeat the cycle. You don't know what you're doing, so you go find another agency that says all these things. Well, they did all this wrong. You hire them. They're more expensive, all that kind of stuff. Here's the fifth problem, okay? The fifth problem is it's expensive for 2 ways, okay? The first part is, to hire a good agency, you're going to want to probably budget, in my experience, at least 2, 3, 4, 5,000 a month for the agency to do their job. Okay, minimum. Okay, a lot of them are more than that. A lot of them are way more than that. The good ones are going to be north of 10,000 a month to run your ads. That's just their fee. Now, a lot of them will require, on top of that, a percentage of ad spend. So, because in their mind, if they're spending 10,000 a month, well, it's going to be X amount of work. But if they're spending 100,000 a month on ads, well, it's going to be a lot more work. So why would we just charge you this flat fee, right? So they're either going to charge a large flat fee plus a percentage of your ad spend, or a large flat fee, most likely, and then plus a percentage of revenue. Okay, that's very common too. Some combination of all of this, if they're good. If you just want to cheap out and go on, Fiverr or something like that and find somebody to run your ads who is, just kind of runs ads for plumbers and the local karate school and this and that, that's fine. It's going to be cheap, but this is going to be complete trash in terms of results because the coaching space is unique. It's a very different market, and you can't just transfer an agency's skill set from, getting a pool cleaning guy or a pool cleaning company leads to getting leads for coaches. It's totally different. It's a completely different animal. And so you've got to get a specialized company to do it. And then they're going to lock you into a retainer, most likely, in meaning like a 6, 8, 10 month or 3 months or something like that, because they got to protect themselves too, right? Think of it from their perspective. They're going to do all this work. They know the likelihood is you're going to leave. If it's working, why would you keep working with them, right? And so you just take it over type thing. If it's not working, you go find somebody else. So they know that. So it's going to be a contract and so on and so forth. So what do you do? Okay, the other part of this is, in terms of it being expensive, is they're going to require a decent amount of ad spend. No agency is going to be like, or be like, yeah, we'll manage your $10 a day ad account for you. I mean, you might find one, but nobody really good. They're going to want budget 100, 200, 300 a day in order to make sure that they have room to test and do all their stuff. Starting to add up, isn't it? Okay, are you starting to see the risks? So these are the 5 biggest problems. You have no clue what's going on. Number 2, if it works, you have no idea why, so you can't replicate it. Number 3, if it doesn't work, you have no idea why and how to fix it other than get more agencies. Number 4, everything's going to be your fault if it doesn't work because they're sending you leads. Number 5, it's going to be extremely expensive if you do it right, both on hiring them and on the actual, you're going to need a decent ad budget. So I'd probably convince you it's probably not a good idea because here's the problem, okay? Or here's the cool thing about it. There's a secret that you need to know. And if you know this secret, it will save you hopefully save you a ton of money, a time, and it will help you avoid all these problems, okay? Before we get to that, what I need you to do is 2 things. I need you to hit the like button on this video. Just hit it so I can know you like this video so I can create more like it. The other thing is hit the subscribe button. Somewhere around here there's a subscribe button. And the reason is because what I do is I spend about roughly $1 million a year on Facebook ads, okay, roughly. Last year's more, but anyway. And then I teach over here on YouTube for free what I've been doing on Facebook that's working for us to get coaching clients and our clients, okay? So these videos are free, but you're not going to know about any future ones unless you hit the subscribe button. And we have a number of them coming down the pipeline that could very well be the exact video you need at the right time to help you stop wasting money or to know what to do to grow your coaching business. So I would hit that subscribe button so you can know what's coming for future videos, okay? Here's the secret. The secret is not Facebook ads. Not at all. The secret is in the messaging, okay? Now let me unpack that because here's the thing you need to realize. Unless you're spending $1,000 a day, managing the ad account is actually really easy. It's quite simple. In fact, we have a lot of clients, coaching clients in our coaching program that maybe spend 5, 10, 20 minutes a week running their ads, okay? Because there's nothing to do. Really, if your ads are working, the ads should run for probably 3 weeks to 6 weeks without you having to do anything, because the artificial intelligence is going to work finding your people, and we talk about that in other videos. So the only thing you need to do every week is really update your stats to know what's going on, what's happening, and we have spreadsheets and we give them, they just update them so we can see what's going on, what's working, what's not working. And then every 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something like that, we're going to pause, duplicate, relaunch, test a new image, test a new headline, something like that, something small, or if you're growing, add a new audience or something like that. It's not that complicated, okay? And so you need to realize that even though it looks complicated, it's actually quite simple if you do it right. Now, again, you start spending $500 or $1,000 a day, it's going to be more work, but still not that much more, okay? And so what you need to understand is managing your ad account is easy, okay? Once it's working. What is the secret? Messaging, okay? The secret is your job is to be a messaging expert, meaning to dial in the messaging in terms of knowing how to write a registration page, write an ad, get them to book a call. That's messaging, okay? Ad agencies are not specialized in messaging. They're specialized in running the ads, okay? They can do messaging, but I've never seen one that's really good, okay? So you need to master the art of what to test to get a good registration page, what your ideal client wants to see on an ad, and then the funnel, which is like, we use a webinar funnel because it gets the highest show-up rates and consumption rates. That's the secret. Once you master messaging, the ads are actually quite simple, okay? I don't want to say they're easy. No, they are fairly easy, but they're just simple. Like I said, we have lots of clients who run their ads 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. We have one who runs the ads like about 2, 3 months. And then every 2, 3 months, he changes it up, okay? That's what Facebook wants, okay? They don't want you to change your ads every 2 days, this, that, the other thing. They like it to run so the artificial intelligence can do its work, find your people, go into the Facebook, that type of thing. So the thing you're trying to do, you will spend more time working with a bad agency than if you just did it yourself and learned the messaging. And you'll save thousands of dollars a month on fees and all that kind of craziness. Here's the other cool thing. Once you get good, you can get somebody on your team to do the tactical work for you. If you don't want to reset ads, you don't want to upload images, stuff like that, type in your stats, well, you can find people to do that on your team. That's easy to do. That's like admin stuff. That's cheap too, right? And then if they do it wrong, you'll find somebody to do it right. So do you see the benefit here? You want to keep control of this process and master it, and then get people under you to do it, the tactical work that you don't want to do. So, should you hire an agency or run your ads yourself? I hope you've got the answer, which is run your ads yourself. Now, here's what I want you to do. In the pin post, the pin comment section, there's a post that talks about the 300-word ad template and snowball system, that webinar where I'm going to show you what we're doing on ads, what we've learned from spending millions of dollars, so that we can help you to know what to do and learn from my lessons on getting coaching clients using Facebook ads, so that you can avoid all the mistakes and landmines and stuff that I've made, so that you can hopefully know what to do to get the results that you're looking for. So click that link, register for the webinar, and we will see you over there.